Morning, Pete here. How are we all doing? Out on the supermarket job, Saturday morning, round St Austell today. Hope as well. Looks like it's going to be a nice day down here in Cornwall. Looking forward to it. So what I'll do, I'll bring you along and we'll have a look and see how we get on. All right, I'm meeting second customer, so I'll bring you back in a minute. Just done that job, nice one, got a nice tip, so that was good. Yeah, I'm on a local run this morning. I got 13 drops this morning, so it's quite a lot. But as you're around the town and it's local, it's not too bad. Next job's a nursing home, quite a big order there, so there'll be about 10 trays going there. So. Seatbelts pinging me. Don't know why. It went in properly. On the old GoPro, using the GoPro 8. I'm thinking about getting a DJI camera because they're supposed to be better in low light. And I do a lot of stuff in the evening, like walking and stuff like that on some of my videos. So I might use that. This is my second GoPro 8 I've had, and to be honest, it's pretty good. This one's been pretty solid. The first one I got, it did actually start to, well, it packed up on me, but I did use it in the sea, and I'm wondering if it got a bit of water ingress. I know it's supposed to be waterproof, but I'm actually wondering if it did remain waterproof or not. It just packed up on me. Biggest downside I find with GoPros, especially if I'm using them in the cold weather, is the battery life. It's rubbish on them. But, yeah, this is not bad, this little 8. For what I do. Where are we going now? Truro Road, right, okay. Yeah, so we've got a nursing home coming up next, so. Good thing about doing around town, you just poodle along, you know. I don't mind doing it. Get a lot more jobs and a lot more baskets and stuff to deliver normally, but I don't actually mind it. I don't really mind. I don't actually mind what I get. I mean, I'm quite happy to do anything really. The walkers can be a bit tough, you know. I am 64 now, so dragging a load of shopping up loads of steps and stuff gets you on the old knees and stuff and the back, pulling the trolley up there. But yeah, it's all right. You just get on and do it, don't you? Take your time. I find both of these, like both of the jobs I've had, supermarket jobs, the companies I've worked for, once you get used to your round and where you're going and get an idea of places, I find most of them are pretty, yeah, you get enough time to do the job, so, you know, like I say, I'm 64, so I'm not a young fit spring chicken anymore, but I can get around to do most of it. I just have to put up, when I'm in town, I just got to put up, well, some of the crazy driving you get around here. There's Asda's, look. there, lady delivering. So yeah, there's ladies do it, there's young people do it, there's older people do this job. So yeah, it's a job that pretty much anyone, as long as you're reasonably fit, I would say, reasonably healthy wise. It can get quite heavy, but I think most people can do it. As long as you don't mind driving a large van, you know, and if I think it's a good little job actually. Yeah, the money's not great, but what delivery job is. But there's always plenty of overtime. I mean, the supervisor came up to us this morning. Do want any more overtime this week? There's a couple of us there. So I've just done that nursing home. Quite a lot of trays. 12 trays in total. Quite mild as well, although it's nice and bright. I thought it was going to be a colder morning because it's clear skies and that, but it's mild actually. See over in the distance on the right hand side the old clay piles. It's called over to the right here, it's all these hills, they're called the Cornish Alps down here at St Austell. It's where like big clay in, those that don't know this area of Cornwall where I live, it's big mining and clay working in, it's where the main China clay works were back in the day. A lot of it's closed down. There's still a few pits do the China clay, but obviously it's not as big as it was. Also quite a lot of tin mines and that in this area. There's a big tin mining area. Right, I'm just approaching my next call, so I'll bring you back in a bit. Right, that's another one bites the dust, as they say. So just to give you a bit of an idea of what a day's like. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. So I'm on a Saturday shift, this is my normal shift, 8 till 6 PM. You do it, they're split into two, and then you have like nearly an hour's break at lunchtime from about 12 till 1. I start again in the afternoon, finish at 6. So I left the yard this morning at 7:15, that's what time we're supposed to leave the yard. We come in for 7 o'clock start, clock in, we have a little bit of a briefing, team talk, team 5 or whatever you want to call it. Do that, go and check our vehicle, check our load, make sure we've got everything, paperwork, log on to the system, and then we leave the yard. So it's now coming up to 8:58, so it's just coming up to 9 o'clock. So I've been working almost an hour, 8:58, and I've done 4 jobs. So I've got shit, that's where I'm going. Where are you going? There's a lady as well, there's another lady. So yeah, I've done 4 jobs, so I've got nine jobs left to do. So yeah, it's going pretty well, and just like I say, keep poodling around. I've only got 16 miles in this morning in St Austell, so it's yeah, I don't know, it's not many miles, so they're all pretty close together. Just gives you an idea if someone took the job on downright, did it? So if you were working in a large town, gives you an idea of sort of scale. And I should be, as long as it all goes all right, I should be finished this morning's run about between 11 and 11:30. I'm due back in the yard actually at 11:45. So, but you always make a little, seem to make a little bit of time, and then, so I'll get back about 11:30-ish. I'll load the van up. It's got half a tank of fuel, so I'll probably fill up with diesel when I get back, if I've got plenty of time. And then I'll go back to the yard, load up for this afternoon's run. And it's a personal thing, I pick my paperwork up for the afternoon, then I'll go and have my lunch. And I can, while I'm sitting having my lunch for an hour's break, I can look through the jobs I've got this afternoon. Any I don't know, I sort of tend to look them up prior to going out. That's just me personally, some people don't. Our sat-navs are pretty good, to be honest now. They sort of, that's nice little trike. Not my cup of tea, but there you go. As a biker, I prefer 2 wheels rather than 3 or 4 like that. Yeah, that's really much how it works out. And then I'm back to the yard this evening at about, again it'll be just around between 5 and 5:30. Load up, clock out at 6 o'clock. That's my shift finished for the day. So it's pretty. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to get this afternoon. I could be local with another, 13 to 15 drops, or I could be out in the sticks with anywhere between, I don't know, 6 and 12, depending where you go. Really, you never know. The other evening, I did an evening shift, my normal evening shift on a Thursday, and it was, I think I had about 7 jobs. I've got that sucks. Yeah, I had about 7 jobs, but I did something like 60 odd miles. So yeah, it just horses for courses really. If you're doing a lot of miles, you're not going to be doing so many jobs. And as you get more experience and get to know the areas, then it's obviously a lot easier, And I'd imagine in London it could be quite difficult with parking and one thing and another, or any large city come to that. St Austell's a large town, but it's definitely not a city. So yeah, it's not bad, to be honest. Pretty easy, and I enjoy it, so that's the main thing. And if you enjoy a job, that's it really. We're just heading up to a place called Carley and Bay now. We've done one part of St Austell, we're moving into another little bit of another area. It's a bit more of a more well-to-do area of St Austell. Some really nice houses up this area. I don't know if I'm going to many of the big houses today. I don't think so. It's a beautiful area, just above Charlestown, if anybody knows this area. There's no rushing around, there's no sort of trying to break the speed limits. Keep well within my speed limits on this. I'm not going to lose and get points at work, and I do find that I've got plenty of time to do the jobs. You go out sometimes and you've got quite a large amount of drops, and you think, oh blimey, I'm not going to get around, but you soon sort of like knock them out. Like I said, I've done 4, this is my 5th job. I've got 13 jobs this morning. Get up a bit higher, it's bright. Yeah, that's what I'd be doing today if the weather was better. If I wasn't at work, rather, the weather's lovely. Get on the bike for a ride. That's not going to happen, is it? Might be able to get out tomorrow morning for a little spin. Right, I'm just approaching this customers now, so I'll bring you back in. So we're now on what they call Sea Road. So this is one of the more affluent areas of St Austell. Some really nice houses, big houses here along here. If you look over there, you can sort of see some of them. And over this way, I'll turn you around. There's some beautiful places. We delivered to a few of them as well. So Charlestown is sort of just down over the back here. We're actually going down into Charlestown now. If you look at some of these beautiful places, sea view. And they actually, some of these houses, people buy them, and you often see the builders come in and they actually like knock the houses down pretty much and rebuild them to obviously the customer specifications. And yeah, it just doesn't. It makes you wonder. I mean, you're talking millions of pounds for these properties here. Then they not demolish them, but pretty much knock them down and then start again. And it's just, you just think, blimey, there must be a lot of money about somewhere. Yeah, I definitely think if I came into lots of money, which is highly unlikely, I would possibly have a nice place down there. I must admit, they do look nice. Anybody who comes to Cornwall, I mean Charlestown, they've been filming down here just lately. They were doing 2 films down here in Charlestown. Well, 1 film and 1 series. Anyone in the UK, Beyond Paradise might have heard of it. It's sort of like a crime comedy stroke thriller type thing. Quite good. It's quite an easy watching programme, so they were filming that down there. This is sort of spin-off Death in Paradise. There's been a few famous films filmed down here. Charlestown is it's a nice harbour, and they've done it. There's lots of sort of quite nice restaurants and shops and stuff like that. It was one of the main ports actually for shipping out China clay. That's what it was for mainly. And I think the guy who built the harbour had something to do with the China clay industry. Rashley. And there's a lot around this area. You'll see, if you come to this part of Cornwall, there's a lot of pubs and stuff, the Rashley Arms, etc. There's a pub down here on the left hand side called the Rashley, and he was the chap who actually built the harbour. It does get busy down here though. Lots of tourists. Yeah, the Rashley Arms is there on the left hand side. We're just going around the back here to a customer. I'll stop here and just show you. The harbour's down there. Look.